We had planned initially to go up to the mountains today, but got a report that the roads were fairly well covered with sand and gravel from an earlier snowstorm, so we decided instead to go up the OCOEE. Two of the guys had already arrived, Steve and Robert, and I found them solving the world's problems. And quickly, Bob K came in to make it a threesome, and our wait for Dan was soon accomplished. The five of us soon headed north on Old Highway 5. Here we're passing through the very western part of the town of Tate, the marble capital of the world, we're told. We then skirt the eastern side of Jasper, the county seat for Pickens County. And head over to Burnt Mountain Road, which is kind of a gateway to the mountains for us. However, we won't be going there today. We'll be heading straight north. Once outside of Jasper, we're in open country. Beautiful area, these. Here we arrive at the little town of Cartacay. You'll see a bike pass by in front of us. That fellow had a gray beard that went all the way down to his lap. I don't think I've run into him before. About an hour into the ride, it was time for a break, and we were very happy to see Van Zant's store appear on the horizon. This is a great place to stop if you're doing any touring up here in the mountains. Good coffee, good breakfast. We enjoyed. After the stop at Van Zant's, we crossed over the Toccoa River and headed through what is left of the little town of Dial. I often feel like we're riding through somebody's backyard here. That's the Toccoa River off to the right. You can just get a glimpse of it now and then. We're heading over to an intersection with Georgia 60, which will then take north, heading for Tennessee. This northern section of Georgia 60 has a lot of sweeping turns with open vistas. Very enjoyable and quite different than the more southern part of Georgia 60, which is very technical as it goes into the town of Suches. This was a nice day for the beginning of March, and we were not alone on the road. Here's a crew of cruiser riders heading south. Further north, we came to the town of Morganton. This is a little place also. Kind of gives the image of going downhill, although there's a lot of building outside of the town itself, mostly vacation cabin kind of things. After crossing the border into Tennessee, we arrive at Copper Hill. It's a sister city of, or sister town, I should say, of McKaysville. It's an area we often go through on our way up to Tellico Plains. There's a big slag heap on the northern side of town. I don't think we have it in this video. It's not that picturesque anyhow. Then we were heading north on 68. As you can see, we're not the only bikers up here either. If you were to follow this road further north, it would change from 4 lanes down to 2 and head through some beautiful forest country on its way up to Tellico Plains. 68 north is a favorite ride of many people. Today, though, we're getting off and we'll be picking up US 64, heading west over to the OCOEE. In just a few miles, we enter into the OCOEE River Gorge. Mostly this is cliffs on the right-hand side. The river is on the left. The river was up today. Apparently they're releasing a lot of water. There are 3 dams on this river and a generating plant, so you're never quite sure what you're going to have when you come down here. As you can see, the cliffs are quite dramatic in some places, also leading to rock slides that are not uncommon. You can see the river on the left here. A few years back, Olympic competition was held here. It was quite the thing to see. A few seconds from here, the battery on my GoPro wore itself down, so there's nothing to record from here roughly to the lunch stop. We went up Grassy Creek Road and then headed on 30 west. Nice ride, passing through Reliance. This is our lunch stop in OCOEE. Apparently I didn't hear the waitress's call for smiles. Here's Robert and Dan. And we have Bob K here looking over his lunch. And to his side we have Steve, who's on a diet, so we kind of hid that humongous sandwich that he got. Soon we were ready to take off again. We'd be heading down 411 back into Georgia, and then hit some famous, or at least well-liked roads in Georgia on our way home. This is the start of Salicoa Road in Georgia, just off 411, south of Fairmont. This area here was hit hard by a tornado a few years back, and you can see just about all of the trees were cleared out. Soon the road starts to traverse some really nice looking working farms. They seem to be prosperous, they're well kept, and it's a pleasure to ride through this area. I do it often. I've always admired the shape of this tree here just outside their home site. It's always a delightful surprise when you crest this little rise here and see this valley laid out before you. This is another very large working farm. Further east in Cherokee County, not far from the city of Canton, we have quite a few gentleman farmers. Also a pretty area. How would you like to paint all of those fences? And finally, we're back at the point we started from, the Chevron station just off of exit 27. It was a great ride, and as always, great fellowship. Take a look at us at tlcmc.org.